Black and muted.
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 Hi everyone, and welcome to another episode of Black and Muted. Today we're going to talk about sex and discipline. How the two collide or don't.
There's levels to it, as I always
definitely.
say. There's
Definitely
levels
layers.
to it, yeah.
Should we go by how do we feel about ourselves and sex and disciplines?
Do you feel like you're like disciplined when it comes to sex? Do you feel like you have good self-discipline?
Now.
No?
Now
Now you do.
Yeah.
As in what though? As in discipline, as in what way?
I think in majority of ways. I feel like discipline in terms of if I don't want to engage, then not engaging. Even to the point of if I don't want the energy to be there, like say, for example, you know you're going to be having a certain type of interaction, but you don't want that to be blurred with that sexual tension. I feel like I can kind of now do certain things, or maybe say if I'm doing something one-on-one with someone where there might be maybe more covered or whatever not, to prevent that energy from
Navigating.
arising. And do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like even to the point of not always making situations blurred in that sense. And I think even within sex then, also having the discipline of knowing how far to go and when to just hold back.
But when you say how far to go, like what do you mean? Like, is there a limit when it comes to sex? Like what do you mean?
Sticks and stones.
Like, okay, cool. So when you're saying there's a limit, yeah, do you mean like of how you would express yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
so what, that depends on the person and how expressive you'll be
respect
within like the realms of like having sex or being intimate.
I'm sorry. Say it one more time.
Like,
No.
okay, obviously because
I know that.
you like. So what do you mean? Like, okay, cool. How do you discipline? How do you like?
What does discipline
How do you
look like to you?
Yeah, what does it mean to you? Like, how do you kind of know? Okay, then
What the
depending on the
boundaries
person that I'm seeing, this is the boundary, or this is how far I'm willing to take it. This is how far I'm willing to go. Like, how do you decipher that? Like, depending on the person.
Communication, conversations. And I think actively having that conversation even during as well. Because
Yeah,
if
definitely.
you are adventurous in sex and like to explore different kinks or different, things, then there's need to continuously check in.
Yeah.
And also have safe words sometimes.
Keeps things spicy too.
Keep it
Because
spicy.
you're building up to what's going to happen. So
Yes.
Yeah.
But there's always respect to the boundaries of what's okay with yourself and the other person, just through communication.
Good communication.
Yes, I think sexual discipline in sex is also as important.
Yeah.
But I think the best sex does come after having discipline with yourself.
Yes. Yeah. That's what I was going to say, because there's self-discipline, and then there's obviously outside of that with your partner. So knowing yourself and knowing your boundaries, and do you know what I'm saying, what you like and what you don't like, then it makes things also easier to communicate with your person, to check in, and then it comes smoother and easier. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's a safe space as well.
Do you feel like if you have like a lack of self-discipline when it comes to sex, do you feel like that can affect the way that you like look at sex when it comes to being with a partner, or the kind of way that you kind of go into like
Yeah.
sex or intimacy? Even
100%.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In so many different ways though, because again, with the discipline for yourself and for the other with the other person, you also know if you're safe with that person or not. And do you know what I mean? And vice versa. So that means it just opens a space to keep going, and do you know what I mean? And to explore different things, I guess. But you have to have that to have that space to feel comfortable.
But I think also, because something you asked was, answer your question one more time.
What one?
Just now.
The one just now?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, you put me on the spot. About basically,
Do you know what it is? What you said, something came into my mind about also maybe there being reasons that people could be less inclined to have discipline and not even realize sometimes that they lack discipline.
So so my question was that basically like, does the lack of self-discipline, does that affect the way that you sort of look at sex or how you sort of see sex
Yes.
within like relationship or
Yes.
intimacy
Yes.
within relationship with another partner? That's what I was basically saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was going to get to the point of, because I feel like there's different layers to that, because I feel like sometimes trauma can create a dissociation and
Facts.
sometimes make it even hard for you to realize that you can say no to sex towards someone sometimes. And then it can make it very hard for you to get into healthy relationships that would also honor boundaries. And I think that's why I said before, like having discipline is helpful when it comes to then having a much more fulfilling sex life, because when you are able to say no to someone else's needs and you can honor your own need if sometimes you don't want to, then I feel like, or you get to know yourself and you get to know what you really like and what you don't really like in a safe way, then I feel like that makes a more fulfilling situation.
Yeah.
But then the other side to that is, if you have had certain traumas happen, maybe sexual trauma more so, then it can definitely create like a disconnect between you, your own voice, and that area of yourself for you to be able to realize what you really want and what you don't want, and then go into a cycle of being with partners that aren't good for you generally, probably as well, because I think sex is so sacred. And when you can have just that safety and communication there, it entails the type of intimacy you will have outside of it as well. Do you know what I mean? Like sex when you're not really able to be intimate and let someone really see you is so different to when you can be seen, when you can be experienced fully. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like that's definitely the thing. What about you?
What about me?
Yeah.
What about me?
How's your sexual discipline?
I think it depends. I think it depends kind of like what phase I'm in my life. You get what I'm saying? I guess if I'm going through like, if I'm like single, then I guess I wouldn't say I have a lack of discipline, but I guess I'm a little bit more open to exploring, you know, who I'm sort of maybe finding myself being around or whatnot. Whereas opposed to, obviously, if I was in a relationship or if I was obviously kind of trying to lock in, focus, I'll kind of be more kind of, I'd apply more discipline when I'm doing what I'm doing, because obviously it requires a certain level of like,
Of you.
Trust.
you know, do you get what I'm trying to say? It's something a bit different. So yeah, me personally, do I have self-discipline? I'd like to say yeah. Because
You know when you are.
yeah, do you get what I'm trying to say? Like I can have my moments where it's like, you know what, like right now it's not about like having sex, or it's not about like tending to those needs. That I've got things that need to get done. Whether it be in my life, whether it just be other things, and it's like I can kind of, if I need to, I can switch.
Yeah. Same.
I like, but
If
however,
I'm open, I'm open.
yeah,
If I'm closed,
But-
just
yeah. But obviously, at the end of the day, like I'm a man. I like sex. So
Let's not do that.
you know,
Don't do that. I'm a man.
I'm a man.
I'm a woman.
Yeah, I'm a man.
I like
but you need to
sex.
say that. You can say that though. That's fine. That's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
but
But I'm
I
saying,
mean,
I like
it's
to have
valid.
sex. You know
But
what
I
I'm saying?
think
Like, yeah,
there's
like
such a stereotype
Yeah,
when
it
it
is.
comes to men and sex and the sexual prowess of men.
It's not. It doesn't allow us to then be sexual beings in not the way that is just lust upon.
Yes.
Something that we enjoy as not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're not objects.
As
we like it too.
being.
Yeah.
But you're allowed to express that. If that's how you feel, then you know, cool. There's a group of us going around like,
it's just like let's
you know.
I think everyone should. I think everyone should genuinely love sex.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah, otherwise what are you doing it for? What are you doing it for? It's true.
It's such a beautiful
Yeah.
part of creation.
Yeah.
Do you think that like okay, in a relationship, yeah, do you think like sex is, how important do you think sex is? Sorry, I'm not even going to ask that question. It is important, but how important do you think it is?
It's essential.
It's
to me.
important. It's important.
Mm.
Yeah. It's bonding. Like, it's important. But again, like, for me personally, I have to be like, I like my guy to be my friend. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I need to be into you intellectually before I can sexually. So, but when the sex is there, it's fire. Do you get what I'm saying to you? Because I've got that connection with you intellectually, it's a different type of relationship bond.
Yeah. I feel you.
You know what I mean?
And do you feel like it's good to have like discipline
In sex and relationships.
when you're in like in a long-term
Absolutely.
relationship with your partner?
Yeah, but
mean,
you
Okay, and what
find
does that look
with
like?
each other as well. Because for me as well, the safer, like my partner now, I feel so safe with him. So our sex life is great. Because do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's the same for him. He's always telling me about blast in his business though. but it's good because we are learning the discipline together, like what's good and what's not. Do you know what I'm saying to you? And because of we have such a good relationship, I feel safer with him to explore things that I wouldn't before. Do you get what I'm saying to you? So that also helps long term. It's a big factor.
Do you think in a relationship, yeah, sorry to cut you, but do you think in a relationship, do you think that it's good to sometimes abstain from sex?
You know, firstly, when you start going all like this, I'm like, you're trying to get you're trying to get into something. But I think, yes, because
good?
first and foremost, you should be for yourself before you're for anyone else. And it's not all the time you're even going to be around your partner for you to have that level of intimacy with them. So if you don't know how to withhold and, you know, hold to yourself, then how are you going to even have a safe relationship overall? Do you know what I mean? It can be health crisis that happens. It can be you guys need to live apart or distance for some time, you know, long distance relationships and things. If you don't have the discipline, then that's going to be detrimental. But even whilst actively cohabiting or something, I feel like still having the autonomy to say like, you know, right now I'm not in that space with myself, and then, you know, have that be honored by both of you. I think that's quite special, because sex doesn't just help you co-create with another person or help you to feel good with another person. It's also the energy that helps you to become more within yourself. So if you can harness that energy within, what you're capable of doing with it is far greater than sometimes when you're sharing it with anyone else. And I'd hope all the time to have a partner that really understands that, because like it's not going to be all the time for you. We just share this moment together.
So what do you think that it does? Like, what does it do for the relationship to abstain?
I think it makes it strong, right? Would you say?
To be honest with you, the only time I abstain is like when I'm detoxing or when he's detoxing. Do you know what I'm saying to you? So yes, I feel like our bodies do need a break and stuff. Do you know what I mean? I sometimes I feel like I don't meditate like that. Do you know what I mean? I find my meditation in different ways, but
That's meditation, period.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? But even that is like a form of just pouring into myself for a second. So I do think, when it's needed. But again, I feel like the longer the relationship, you learn each other as well. So you know that it's time out. Do you know what I'm saying to you? It's not a thing. It's not like, oh, you know what I mean? You're not giving or whatever. It doesn't feel like that. It just happily, naturally flows as well. So yeah, it's important. It's definitely.
I mean, when it comes to self-discipline, I mean, what's some ways that we would...
Why are you so stressed?
You mean? No, because I'm trying to think of
before you get to your question, let's get to you.
Yeah.
I want you to
That's
share
what I was
your
trying to avoid.
perspective. Yeah.
Oh, you got me.
Share your perspective for real.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. I just think it literally comes down to like the person that you're seeing. I think like communication is key when getting to know each other, when getting into that phase. So if you're someone who's like got a high sex drive and like, you know, you're highly sexual, and then you're dating someone who might not have such a high sex drive as you, they might kind of have good sign of self-discipline. They might have times when, you know, they don't really focus on sex. They have moments in themselves and whatnot. I just feel like you got to kind of, you have to, if you're going to see that person, whether it be the male or the female, you have to respect it. You have to just respect that. That's where it comes. If you're going to carry on seeing them, you have to kind of respect that. Okay, then cool. There's going to be a moment where they're going to kind of go through the self-discipline phase, and you have to kind of like appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you're not prepared to go through that, then I don't think it's worth it. And that's what, for me, I just feel like it's a tough one, man. This is the thing, I like having sex though. Like my periods of meditation, I feel like it requires like female, like I need female comfort in it. Like I need like, that's how do you know what I'm trying to say? That's my meditation. That's my healing, innit? Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, so it's very difficult for me because, you know, 9 times out of 10, one thing leads to another. You get it? But yeah, it's difficult. I think it's good. I think it's good to have self-discipline. That's what I would say. I think it's good to have self-discipline. I think it's good to kind of take time to yourself. And again, like I said, I do have them moments where it's like I've got to focus on my life.
Yeah.
I might have a few weeks, or I might have a month or a month or two where it's just literally my head's just down.
Yep.
I'm not even entertaining. I'm just
Automotive.
things are doing, and
Yeah, it happens.
it's healthy.
It happens.
It's healthy.
But what you just said about seeing someone, if you have a high sex
Sex
drive
drive,
and they have a low, that's completely different.
Why?
That's completely different, I think.
Why?
Because long term, you have to meet in the middle.
What's the middle though?
Well, if you're
For someone who has a high sex drive, and for someone who has is not as high, what's the middle?
you have to find the middle. Like you have to come to an agreement that what's enough for both of you, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, you're going to be dissatisfied, and do you know what I mean? The other person don't care or whatever. It's not fulfilling your needs. So.
But I'd say, because high sex drive and a medium sex drive, right, or lows. If someone has a low sex drive, I would have to. This will be a question posed to both sides. If you have a high sex drive, that's a very powerful thing. It's a beautiful thing. It can do many things. But how are you cultivating that energy, and what are you doing with it? Because sharing it is not always going to give you what you need. And where you say, like, just for you, for example, but where you say, like, you need
right there.
no, but not. No, just
there.
for example, where you say, like, you need female companionship, that could be you needing nurturing and not necessarily a physical being, and learning how to be your own safe space in that way, or even your own sexual space.
I don't wanna. That's all.
That
Look at
can
his
be-
face. Is that I'm not involved.
That can be quite special and very empowering to you and what you can create from that point. Like you said, you're someone that's go-getting. You have a high drive for what you want to achieve. Pour it into that, and it might even just be much greater than when you share it momentarily with a female body that's maybe not a partner or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also on the other side, the person with the low sex drive, I would say, what are you not having fulfilled? Because I feel like it is kind of like there are people who are asexual, which are basically people who generally don't care to have sex with other people.
Yeah.
But they still might feel urges, or they still might have sensation, but it's just channeled completely differently. Depending on what that particular low sex drive is, I'd say sometimes is there deeper reason to that. That
and
could
for
be
the opposite
explored
as
more.
well. Hypersexuality can also be.
And
trauma.
there's also that.
Yeah.
Because you know.
That's true.
But so I feel like it's one of those things where if you're with someone, then it's kind of like, well, is it compatible that you're together and outside of sex? Because sex is great, but it can only be great when there's other layers of compatibility met. Like you said, intellectually, are we on the same page? You know what I mean? Spiritually, do we really have that visceral connection? Like, you know, just in other ways, how does this relationship then, you know, what does this relationship do for my being? Otherwise, maybe that's why there's no sex drive. And maybe that's why there's like desire for more that just can't be fulfilled with that one person. Because I'd say I have a high sex drive, 100%.
Do you have
What?
good self-discipline as well when it comes to sex?
Now.
Oh yeah, you said that earlier, didn't you? Okay, I'm with you. Now I get you. Now I get you. Now I get you.
In the most, to be more time specific, in the last 3 years
Yeah.
is when I've cultivated more discipline with sex.
Cool.
And as someone with a high sex drive, then I find that I love masturbation. Like I love to love on myself.
Yeah.
And sometimes before I know I'm interacting with anyone else or going out to a party or something where I might, get me 2 drinks and I might.
Yeah.
You don't know.
Oh my God.
I don't know.
5 minutes.
Anyway.
Oh my God.
There's, you know what I mean? Like I might then open my mind up to more possibilities than if I was fulfilled.
Yeah.
So for me, discipline, I've learned it, but through also compassionately really loving myself. Like not denying myself of sex. I don't deny myself of touching me, but I know now, like not everyone's deserving of me. Do you get it? So that's where the discipline comes, because like now I see clearer. Before, when you're horny, you're a bit blurry vision. Everyone kind of look a bit more appealing. But
Ovulating.
you know what I mean?
Would I do this?
You know what I mean? But then you show up different when it's like, your mind's not thinking that no more.
Yeah.
That needs fulfilled.
Yeah.
And then it's different. It's like, what's the purpose here? You know what I mean? Oh, this interaction's nice for this moment. Oh yeah, you're attractive, but I don't. That's about that.
That's what it
Do you know what I
is.
mean? So I feel like discipline, yes, but because there's been a journey and so much compassion applied within it, and not the denying of sex either.
So what brought that self-discipline on? Because you said within 3 years. So was there something that sort of triggered? Was there something that kind of you set yourself within? You know what? I need a little bit more self-discipline because it's
man.
going off.
Because I was the person that struggled to say no.
Okay then.
And not every partner that I had laid with did I really even, like, after the fact, I'd be like, what the? You know what I mean? Like, it's like, what's the purpose there? Like, what was the point? Do you know what I mean?
It
And
happens, man.
in the midst of having good experiences with intimacy as well. So when that experience does happen, it's just much clearer that there's something there for me to really sit with. Do you get what I mean? So it was in being that person that had to find my own no that I then became disciplined, because like I said, if I'm in a situation where I don't even want it to even get to a thought, like it might be a thought because people can, but I'm more governed on myself. You know what I mean? So it can't be easily manipulated from me nor from me. Makes sense.
So what things do you do to what does self-discipline look like to you? Like what things do you kind of do to like just kind of keep yourself to yourself?
I mean, I'm quite a touchy person. If I'm talking to someone I really like them, I might hold your hand or whatever not. I might keep myself to myself. Or
But you said that now you've been able to like apply self-discipline. So what kind of things do you do to like when you're like going through that kind of period of self-discipline? What things does that insist of?
well, like I said, there's the thing of, if I'm feeling urges, I satisfy my urges before I sit with anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? I'll tend to myself fully. And then again, when I show up for the interaction, I'm not showing up with a mind of lust or just like any illusion kind of thing. I'm coming clear, and not just sexually, but in all other ways, in all other aspects. Do you get what I mean? And yeah.
So
I feel like it's also changing my mindset about sex, like I said. Because when you realize you genuinely don't want to mix and mingle with everyone's energy, like on that level, then you kind of become more hell nah. Like just hell nah.
Yeah,
You know
that's
what I mean?
the thing as well. It's understanding that you are mixing your energy with somebody else, and sometimes people are low vibrational.
That's not the information you want inside you.
on the
And
spiritual level. Now, I was
no
gonna ask a
attack,
question.
but I feel like a lot of people also seek that more than they go to themselves, and sometimes it's that type of thing where, do you know what I mean? You're siphoning now, like you're even draining, and as someone who fuels themselves, I know when I'm being drained. So having experienced that, do you get it? Like
big time now,
can't do it.
What are you saying? You feel it? You can feel it?
Yeah. You know what people's like from when I was younger, like I would say my gut feeling was always there, but now that I know boundaries and I know how to say no, and like I don't feel good in this room. Like I don't want to sit in this room. I'm gonna go. I don't have to explain or apologize for that anymore. Do you get what I'm saying? Now that I'm older and I've told my kids that they're like that too. So if I don't, I'm gone.
It's beautiful to
It's
share
a
with the
big
kids
thing.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's powerful.
And sit and then actually lay with somebody in the bed and you find that they are an emotional vampire because you feel drained or you feel sad and you don't know why you feel sad.
Yeah, like
And
after the fact, you go off and you're like, all these emotions are there, but this is not, like, I was
not
fine.
mine. Where did
You know
I
what I
pick that
mean?
up from? It's the man you're laying with in the bed.
And
Or-
sometimes,
do you get what I'm saying?
for real,
It
but
is.
sometimes it can even go as deep as really impacting you, like, in what you experience in your reality. Do you know what I mean? You're carrying people's energy for real, where it's like what they're gonna go and experience. Now somehow your life is looking a bit like that. And it's like, no, you know?
But you said something, that I wanted to touch on, because obviously you said that you kind of like when it comes to self-discipline, you sort of just focus on yourself and you pleasure yourself. So is masturbation, would you say that that's self-discipline?
Of course. Absolutely. Now, let's not be blind to the fact that some people don't have discipline with masturbation, and it is, again, a point of escapism or, again, lack of self-awareness.
Or trauma.
Or trauma.
Again,
Again. However, once you do get to a place where you have a healthy relationship with these things, it is necessary for discipline, I feel like.
Yeah.
What
It's
about
not
you,
every
Sue? You
day.
think that-
I
you
think
think
it's
that, yeah?
healthy, but I think limitations, like anything, you should have
Moderation. Yeah, respect.
But like masturbation is still like a form of sex though.
Yeah.
So you're still performing like a sex act on yourself. Do you get what I'm trying to say?
really mad about
that. So like,
You don't
where
like
does the-
masturbation?
I'm not saying I don't like it, but obviously I'm just like, when we're talking about self-discipline, like for me, like self-discipline should mean that it should just be off the cards. Like there should just be a whole retention sort
Where
of
did that
thing.
mindset
Like,
come from?
because if you're masturbating, there's still sexual urges there.
But you're a human being, and
But
sex
why
is
is sexual
human.
urges bad? So why
Yeah.
is that a bad thing? Why does it
But
have
then,
to be?
but then why? What are we disciplining ourselves from then when it comes to sex? Like why are we? And
But
why are we
sex is-
resorting to?
again-
Why are we not sexing other people? Just sexing ourselves.
Sex isn't bad. That's like saying food, yeah. That's like saying eating, for example. Do you know what I'm saying? It's not bad. Everything's in moderation.
Yeah.
But obviously, what has built us and made us into the people and society that we are in, religion comes into it a lot, and that's why those things are taboo. Do you get what I'm saying to you? But in actual facts, why not? How do you know if you don't know yourself? What are you gonna tell your partner to do? How do they know how to like you or love you? Do you get what I'm
But
saying?
take it away from that again. It's like, it's not even always about the pleasuring aspect, because of what it is. But at the same time, beyond the pleasure, there's so much more to learn. Like,
But okay, cool. Because the reason what I'm trying to say is that like, because say like if you're going through a phase where you know what, I don't want to have sex for now. I've got things going on. For me, masturbating, it's still kind of, or masturbating, whatever you want to. I don't know why I said masturbating.
I
like
say
that.
masturbating
You
as
get it?
well.
I don't even know. But for me, there's still that element of like sex in your mind. But rather than going out and having sex, you're what we're saying is the discipline is that you do it with yourself and then you get on with your day. Your urges are gone.
do you know, as a man, can I suggest something to you? Are you in a relationship?
Me? No comment.
Fine. Okay, whether you are or not, it's not relevant.
Yeah.
It's about you now.
Yeah.
Masturbate and don't come. And do that for 30 days. And then you're going to find out why. Because I think some things can only be experienced before
That's
you
playing
get-
about though. That's just
not
playing games.
No, it's not. Do you know what it is?
Discipline.
It's semen
It's like
retention.
detox
But we're
as
edging.
well.
No, it's,
But we've got
it's-
discipline, but
it's
we're playing
called-
games with ourselves.
It's called semen retention. And as a man,
Yeah.
the things you're capable of
Yeah.
is, again, far greater than what you can do with a person sometimes.
But semen retention is not doing nothing.
Yes, it is.
It's not getting yourself to the edge and then leaving yourself there,
No,
dying
no,
to
that's
go.
not
And
your
then,
point.
like, we're gonna wait,
You
like,
have goals
that's-
that you want to work on, right?
That's a madness.
You have goals you want to work on, right? Do that, and then once you do that,
I'm not gonna do that, Shan. I'm not gonna lie to you. I can't.
No,
I
do you know
can't.
what?
But
There is
then-
I can't.
scientific
but
proof.
then you're
That
not.
don't make
Then
sense.
you're not going to overstand the point in.
I wouldn't touch
why-
myself at all because I'm retaining my semen. I don't even want it in the
that's
chamber.
Then that's your discipline, and that's fine. Everyone. I feel like it's okay to have different outlooks on discipline.
Yeah.
Because for me, it might be maybe a month or so. I won't do that. But
With someone else.
you bet I want to and I
With
need
yourself.
to. I will with myself. Do you get what I mean? I absolutely will. And there's no shame in that because I know that this is my body. This is for me before it's for someone else.
Yeah.
And that's period.
I mean,
I
I'm not
agree.
taking that from you, innit? I've 100%. What I'm saying is that like
But you're not going to get this point until you do it.
self-discipline. I don't think masturbating is. I don't think there's self-discipline because for me, I still feel like there's an element of like there's a sexual desire that's still there that
Desire's
you're
not bad.
tending to.
We have desires for everything. We
And
should
never say
have
be
desires.
celibate. It's not about being celibate.
Desires are necessary. That's the one thing that fuels our goals. When you have a desire, you have a desire to achieve. You have a desire to do something good. You have a desire to desires are needed. Sexual desires are not bad. That's information from your body letting you know you have desire. Like that's powerful. It's beautiful. But when you demonize that, that's when it comes and back to that perspective of where religion has flipped things around. Because when you demonize it, that's when you're seeing it from a lens that's just, it's against you. But how can you be against yourself? And you're made in the likeness of God. Does that really make sense?
And if God put man and woman together,
But forget that part. If God put desire in you,
yeah, that's true.
why is it bad for you to fulfill it?
Yeah.
There's a famous multi-millionaire from way back, yeah, and he used to talk about manifestation when you come. So it is used massively with these types of,
I was just going to say,
people's
so if you want to be
money.
a millionaire, you need to learn how to do that.
What, semen retain?
Yeah, or masturbate and not have sex with somebody else.
I just don't think like there's no way you can tell me, I've not been having sex, I've just been kind of keeping myself to myself, but I'm fucking sticking whatever up me.
Yeah, but
every
who
other
says
night.
that?
I might
Where's
just
the
stick
discipline?
something up me. I
Where's
just
the discipline
No one
though?
has that
Because you're still from masturbating. That for me. There's still sexual urges there. Like if you're going through a cleansing
urge is not
phase,
bad.
there needs to be nothing. Like for me, nothing. Just to
But
get
then this
sex.
is when you have
Leave yourself to yourself.
hypersexuality. Because you know what? You have no balance. Why do you simply not have a balance? It's balancing to be able to pleasure yourself and have the need for the lack of pleasure with someone else. There's balance in that. So now when you finish your discipline phase, you're going right back to point zero because you know why? You're going to go with all that energy that you've accumulated and put it into someone else. And you're probably going to feel drained that first time.
Why? Because there's been no break.
No, because you've not even learned your own energy enough. Because you've not... Retention helps you to learn you. Do you get what I mean? Like you're going to get to the point, but then you're going to hold it and you're going to learn so much. And I'm saying like I got a dick. I didn't even got one.
The thing is that
Well,
Go on. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, like, it also depends on the discipline also as well, isn't it? Because it could be just a discipline from linking or meeting people necessarily. It doesn't necessarily mean discipline from self. I don't know, he or she might just be on a reckless one. And for the last couple of months, they've been going out drinking every weekend and then sleeping around. And now they're like, whoa, I've kind of did numbers. Let me just... And so they use masturbation just to take a break from meeting other people. I don't think necessarily it has to say, if you're going to have discipline, it means like not necessarily like just not doing it at all whatsoever, whether it be masturbation or not. I just feel like it just depends on the type of discipline you're trying to have with yourself.
Yeah, because if it is sexual discipline to the extent of no sex, period, then fine. If that's your choice.
But then in that example that you've just given, would we say that, okay, then cool, they've got, like lately they've been a bit promiscuous. Now they've kind of thought, well, I need to rein it in. So I'm not going to go and see other people, but I'm going to keep it to myself. And then I'm going to keep just playing with myself, fiddling with myself, whatever. And then, when they get back on it. To me, there's no self-discipline there. You're using it as a distraction. So rather than going out and just sleeping around, you're just not sleeping around, but you're just masturbating. And then when you're ready to get back out there again, you're going to carry on doing the same.
You missed the point is the purpose.
Because it's almost like when you're eating and dieting, just because you miss gym a few times, you're not going to ever go back to the gym again because you've lost a bit of muscle.
when
No.
you can work out at home.
Yeah, you're gonna go back eventually and build it up because you know that's your goal. Like you just had a time off, whether it be because you had flu, whether you had food poisoning, you just wasn't able to get to the gym. You're gonna make sure that you get back to the purpose, and that purpose just literally depends on the individual. Again, it depends on what the purpose of the discipline is for me personally.
And I
that's my
think
opinion.
even if you're then in the gym and then you're at home for a season, might be illness, it might be family circumstances, it can be whatever it is. But if you do continue to do a little bit of training, even if that's 5 minutes, anyone that's really trying to cultivate consistency or real discipline will do that. You continue doing it even if you can't make it to a gym. Do you get what I mean? But it's the purpose in doing that is because you want to be strong within yourself, or you want to build a muscle, whatever the purpose of the gym is for the person, right? It's always varying. But it's the same with the sex. It's the same of, I'm not having sex with other people and I don't want to have sex, period. But I do want to pour into myself and I do want to take myself from point A to point B. Or I want to see this and that of me. I'm going to still do what I need when I need it, but I'm going to, pour into my goal. And then that often at times outweighs your need for even doing it with somebody else. Do you know what I mean?
100.
Like, it's not a bad thing to masturbate. I really don't think so.
I don't think it's a bad thing, but I'm just saying I don't really think that's in my opinion, I don't really think that you could say you have a self-discipline if you're like, oh, okay, I'm abstaining from sex right now, but I'm masturbating. What are you talking about? You're just sexing yourself. That's just how I see it. If you're abstaining from sex right now, nothing's going on, not even yourself. You're just having a break. You don't want nothing to go up there. You know what I'm saying? You don't want nothing to go up there, or you don't want to be tugging out nothing. You get me? Like, why for that or whatever? Like, you just need a break. No ejaculating at all. You just need a break. No back and forth. No rubbing. Just need a break.
Dillz, you're making it worse.
That is self-discipline. That is retention, self-discipline, and all of the stuff above. That's in my opinion, innit? Do you get what I'm trying to say? When someone sits down and tells me,
agree.
I'm self-disciplined, yeah, but I've been masturbating, but I haven't had sex in 4 months. But I've been masturbating. I hear you.
I
hear you.
My point's done. It's done. I'm gonna say
We'll
the
have
same
to
thing
just agree
again.
to disagree, innit? But yeah.
Yeah. Because there's seasons, innit? Like, in a season, you might choose that, like, your discipline looks like there's nothing at all, no
It's
masturbation.
experience as well. As
Right.
life goes on, it changes. You know what I'm saying to you?
I would say as well, like, obviously, I'm speaking how I'm speaking. This is my opinion, but I would say as well that, to be fair, I think it is tailored to the individual as well,
Yeah,
like how they
100%,
see
yeah.
discipline in it. Because
Yeah.
obviously, everyone lives different lives. So maybe for somebody, you know what, I ain't gonna go out there and shag 500 man or 500 women this week. I'm just gonna keep it to myself. That in themselves is discipline, because they're not going out there and do you get what I'm trying to say? So I'm not really going to take that from somebody, like I said, that it's tailored, but me
discipline
personally
definitely obviously is different for everybody.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Absolutely. But I do I get where Shanice is coming from as well. I think the aspect of feeling like that is sex, or do you know what I mean, in general, that is dirty or taboo is from what we're taught as in society. And it
Religious
passed down. We don't
dogma.
know where it comes from. It gets to a point where we won't even know where it comes from anymore, but it's just part of how we're taught, unfortunately. But I feel like you must know oneself, and I feel like sometimes you go through periods of relearning your body, or do you know what I mean? Like, it's like eating a carrot. You know what I mean? Some people don't like carrots, and then when they go back and taste it again,
Yeah, they like the carrot.
That was a bad. That was a bad example, but you know what I'm saying.
yeah.
You know,
I feel like
changes.
I feel like as well, like what we like and what we don't like changes as well. Like the things that I like maybe into now, or what I like now,
100%.
I can 100% say that, like, back in the day when I was younger, I wasn't into it, or do you get what I'm trying to say? Or it didn't really pique my interest. So I would say that obviously, how does it look like changes? Yeah.
Okay. So this whole
Uh-oh.
we won't go too deep into it, but I'm gonna go in it.
Yeah, go on.
So with like sexual discipline, again, it was such a taboo thing for, like, especially Jamaican men to go down. Is that such a big thing for you? It's like it was for the masturbation. Or
Don't look
What do you
funny.
mean by? I'm looking for help. What do you mean by is it a big thing? Sorry. What do you mean
Is
by?
is that such a taboo thing for you? Like it was like some people still go on like that to these dates.
Oh, it's not. It's not taboo. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's not taboo. Don't do it.
No, stop it. I was gonna say,
It's not me.
throw him
Still,
in the
yeah.
bin.
I'm very like traditional.
Oh,
in
you're
my
liberal, yeah.
in my views. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm very like traditional. I'm very old school. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, you get me? Man's been raised by the elders and that. You know what I'm saying? They raised me properly.
Odd ad said, I kiss every single body part she got, and I'm still a G.
So is it traditional for you not to go down, but you would like a woman to do it to you?
Like,
Silence.
I wouldn't say it. I mean, I wouldn't say it's traditional.
Where does this? Because I'm part Jamaican, so
Yeah.
this tradition to me is absolute nonsense because there's.
It's not
plenty of-
tradition though.
Of course, it's not.
Yeah,
know,
it just
we know
came
it's
out.
not.
That's
Yeah.
nonsense.
It's just publicly.
It just made a big
people are shamed for doing it, but behind closed doors,
They're
they're on their
doing
belly
it.
like a sniper. So.
Okay. All right then. So we don't do semantics. Let me not say traditional then. I'm very old school in my way of thinking. Do you get what I'm trying
Old
to say?
school men.
When I say I'm very
Old school
old
men
school,
loved their women.
Yeah, it doesn't go that far back.
but
They
the old
gave
school
it-
man was like, it was very taboo. It was very like, don't do it. It's very like not in the community. That's something that you don't do. Do you get one? And that's what I've been raised around.
So
innit?
did you hear any of the elder generation say that, or was it the young ones, like not that much older?
I've
than you,
heard,
like
I heard the older generation say that.
the old.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
Okay,
the
but back to my
generation I've been
question,
around.
back to the original question,
Yeah.
which was, if you're in a relationship or sexual partnership with a woman,
Yeah.
would you expect her to perform oral sex on you, even though you don't do the same back?
I wouldn't expect no one to do anything that they don't want to do.
Can you be in a relationship with somebody like that long term?
Nah. Because I like what I like. Do you get what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But at the same time,
Yeah.
if the female
Woman.
if the woman doesn't want, you know, she's not happy with me not, then that's her choice. Do you know what I'm trying to say? That's
Yeah.
her choice, isn't it? Do you get what I'm trying to
So
say?
you
Like,
just let her go.
yeah, do you get what I'm
Even
trying to say?
if
That's
he's
not.
really into her.
It's not.
You just be like,
yeah, it's
"Bah."
not. It's not a thing for me. Like
It's not something that
you
ever
you
think
can't help that. There's things that you need, and if you don't get that,
fair
then
enough.
you can't
It was
help that,
just
innit?
the
So
question, because like,
yeah.
obviously times are changing now. Like people are going in other places of the body now where it's normal. Do you get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? On social media and society in general. But it's like we've come so far from those times where it was like, don't eat pum pum. Now, do you know what I'm saying to
Yeah.
you? Now, I just wanted to see what where your head was at with it. But that's very interesting.
Yeah.
I'm not even
really-
bothered to. I'm not even going to ask you, Shanice. I'm not even going to ask you the same question.
I like what you like
She said, yeah.
and what you won't do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it really just comes down to how comfortable one is with themselves all the time. And that's back to sexual discipline as well, because
Yeah.
it just comes down to that. And that's what the journey of life, I feel like, is really about. It's always going to come down to how much you get to know yourself and how much of yourself you apply into this experience is what will then ultimately make it worthwhile or not. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
100.
But for any man out there that's wondering if vagina is something you should consume, I think you should.
Yes, I agree.
Here it goes. Here it goes.
I recommend.
Fountain of life.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning for
We
some.
do need a trigger.
Trigger warning for some.
I mean,
Yeah.
anyway, let me just shut up.
No, go on. Say what you were saying.
I mean, I was just going to say there's a lot more to... No, this is a whole different conversation now. It's done.
Well, you say you're ready to take it there.
Next time.
Okay. Then.
Yeah, we'll have to take it down.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's very, I found it very interesting because this is not the first time I've come across this conversation as well. So it's refreshing to hear how you feel about it. Because again, I feel like it's a thing where people heard people say it and then it was just like, yeah, because like my sister said, even though people were saying they didn't do it, they were doing it behind closed doors. Like the ones that were loudest with it were the best at it.
Oh,
too.
we're talking about that. Shame. I thought we was talking about I thought we was talking about.
I thought it
flipping-
was blended there.
Blended, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I mean, listen, all right, cool. You see, for me, yeah, I get in it. At this day and age, everyone's doing, as we get older, people try things, cool. And I'm not against that. When I was younger, yeah, I used to think that's nasty, that's dirty. But I've also come from an environment, I've come from a place where
that is not.
I've seen people, once it's come out that they've done that, you never see them again. I've seen people get rushed because they do it. Things have happened where I've been around. I've been in environments where, bruv, when people do that, do you get a lot of where we raised up from? Caribbeans. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So a lot of that was
We've
even
spoken
growing up,
about it before.
being out on the roads and that.
culturally.
Yeah, do you get it? Like so that's where I'm coming from.
Yeah,
So
I
then
remember you were saying back in the days, like when it was such a taboo thing for the Caribbean people, it was like when we started, mixing with African people from different places of Africa, integrating and learning that it's okay, actually. Do you know what I'm saying to you? That was a whole different time.
Yeah.
That's why it's behind closed doors. That's why it's taboo, because it's not something that is accepted within the community.
I think
So
it was
that's why
only when it was
behind
highlighted in music and stuff that's when it became a conversation, and that's when that taboo thing
normality.
stuck to it. Yeah,
That's the point I remember.
That's
Do you know what I
American
mean?
culture. That's the American influence.
No.
Yeah, it's just an interesting one. I don't think we have something similar for a female to that. Do you know what I mean?
But, no, again, 'cause I was gonna say, when I was like obviously saying traditional, again, that's what makes it taboo, innit? The fact that it's not. So that's what I'm trying to say by like I'm very old school. People I was around, you don't do them things.
I think it was just a generation thing. I
Even
think
in my
before
household, how I've been raised, my parents, my uncles and that, they've also, that's how they've been with me. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Those are the conversations that we've had. When I've had conversations about sex with my elders, those are the things that they're showing me and they're telling me. That's from in the home. Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I mean by... Do you get what I'm trying to say? So that's what I mean. So yes,
No, 100%.
there are people doing these things behind closed doors, like everything.
Yeah.
There are,
No.
but
I was going to say, because
Yeah.
obviously these conversations, no one really was having them with the older generations as well. Do you get what I'm saying?
because you can't, because it will get closed off.
It was not
you
allowed
get
in
cussed.
anywhere.
You get dissed.
Yeah. Do you know
You
what
get
I'm
this.
saying?
If I tried to bring up certain conversations back in the day, it would be a madness. If
Yeah,
I was just
100%.
trying to ask my dad or my uncle certain things, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
yeah.
that's where I've come from. So, you know,
But then also based on social media and stuff, a lot of the people who did say don't do it or told the youngers to do it have been exposed for doing it also. So I'm also
Yes.
fully aware of
And other stuff too.
and other stuff too. So I'm fully aware of that. Even though I come from a generation I was told I'm not to do it, they were told at my age not to do it, but they grew up and got married and they started doing it. Just put a disclaimer, obviously. Yeah, I'm not saying I'm not. I'm gonna stop.
but let me ask you a question though,
In
yeah?
general, we
Let me
all
ask
know
you-
people like that.
But you
for
see in
real.
life, sometimes, yeah? Sometimes in life, it's like, okay, cool. If people have told you, you know, you don't go out there killing somebody, yeah? You don't go out there murdering, you don't become a serial killer. But now they turn around and they start going and killing people. Because they've told you not to do something, but now they've started doing it or they've been doing it, it still doesn't take away the fact that it's not okay to do that.
Yeah,
That
but
what
that's like
they
saying
what they've
your
told you-
parent had a
so-
fear of a cat. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, people. It's not on purpose, of permission. So your mum had a fear of the cat, and then you grew up seeing that, and then eventually you have a fear of the cat.
Yeah.
Then does that mean that? Do you know what I'm saying? That you then decide that that's just a fear, or do you then approach that and be like, actually, let me go see what this cat's saying? Like,
I feel like it's learned. You kind of can't help it though, innit? Like,
yeah,
you kind of can't
get
help
to an age
it.
where you become rebellious in a way, naturally, where you're like, well,
I
they
don't
told me
think,
not to
I
do
don't
that.
think it's rebellion. I think it's also comes from kink shaming in the black
Yes,
community.
curiosity, yeah.
You have tradition, but you're also your own person, where I'm sure there's things that you may do in your life or in your bedroom that your parents or your grandparents or your great-grandparents may not approve of. So you get to a point where you make decisions for yourself, whether that's sexual or otherwise.
Yeah.
But that's another.
That's very true.
Topic.
Even like dating when you're a teenager, you know, in America, it's like a normal thing to date when you're like 13, 14. I don't see that here, but more so, I don't know if that is a thing in black houses. Is that allowed? Because that was definitely not allowed.
I think we
with
tend
me.
to try to
Oh,
turn children away from dating, don't we, until like
yeah,
quite late.
but I don't know.
I think that's a whole other conversation as well.
Yeah, again, it's because like the schools and that, innit? Like when you go to school, you got your boyfriends and girlfriends and that when you're going
Yeah,
into
you really
school.
do.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, in America, like the parents are really involved with the kids. Like
Yeah,
they
yeah,
might,
yeah.
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They get
Yeah,
friendly
yeah,
with
they're
the
for
parents.
it. Like, yeah.
And
the
it-
whole
I
thing.
get
it's a
you.
good
I
thing
get
in a way
you.
because you
Yeah.
know what
The
your kids
awareness.
are up to.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
No,
like
not over England. I don't
yeah.
really see two parents like, oh, your child, my
Oh,
child, they
hell no.
like
My
this.
mum-
I
We're
feel like
They can meet up and nah, we're not encouraging that, innit? Not until they're
Do
16.
you know what? For me, I always say to my kids anyway, until you're ready, don't come bring nobody to my house. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And that means know yourself. You know what I'm saying to you? And they're like, what age is that? And I'm like, I'll tell you. Because when you're mature enough and then you've come to me and you're like, I'm interested in the person, then we can have that conversation. But yeah.
I mean, I would say I feel like in every case, depression is the worst form of like depression. You know?
Yeah.
So it comes to everything. Sexual discipline. If you're going to suppress yourself from fulfilling your needs, I feel like you're then going to overdo something in a way. If you're going to suppress yourself from loving, because I think when it comes to oral sex and these things, in my experience, it's come down to wanting to love another person and make them feel good in the ways you like to feel good. And you don't want to suppress that, you know what I mean? And when it comes to dating, I think that's why it's another conversation, because I think I would probably be the parent that's like more so allowing space for conversations and do you know what I mean? Not trying to dictate too much, because when you're not aware of things and you can't have certain things done openly or said openly, I think that creates more harm in every instance than more good.
100%.
You
We've
know?
seen it.
So, yeah, man. Let's
Yeah,
wrap it
leave
up
us-
today. So, thank you for sitting in with this discussion with us. We would love to hear your opinions. We would love to hear your thoughts. We would love to engage with you. So please don't feel shy to comment. Of course, we need your likes, and we would love for you to subscribe, as this is what will keep us coming back here and for us to grow more. So, peace out.